This is the Jaspr Pro, and in this video, I'm going to give you a detailed review of everything you need to know to see if this is the right air purifier for you. I've been using it for over 100 days now, and I have some pretty impressive things to report. And these are all the categories we're going to be covering in this video. And the first one that we're going to start with is aesthetics. So this air purifier is the sexiest, the most beautiful, the most elegant air purifier I've ever seen in my entire life. And to be honest, I can't even believe that I'm actually making videos about air purifiers now. I never thought that would be something I would be talking about, but believe it or not, I've actually fallen in love with this product. Here's what it looks like in my kitchen. Here's what it looks like in my bedroom. Here's what it looks like in my office. It's clean, it blends in, and it doesn't have a super large footprint. All right, the next category is going to be price. So this is definitely a premium air purifier. It started off at $13.99, but they've since reduced the price to $9.99. They also gave me a discount code, which brings it down to $8.99. And if you buy two, then you get 10% off each unit. And if you buy three, you get 15% off each unit. And if you buy four, then you get 20% off each unit. In this next section, we're going to talk about the sensor. So on the Jaspr, you're going to see this heads up display that shows a PM2.5 sensor. PM2.5 sensor is talking about the particle size. So that's the size that can actually harm human beings. It also has a TVOC sensor. It's going to be able to pick up those VOCs and the PM2.5, make sure that it's pulling in everything that can be harmful to the human body. This company was originally started in Canada and was built for wildfires. So it has a super robust sensor that's extremely sensitive that we're going to talk about in the next section, performance. So for a long time, I recommended the 𝐂𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐈 as the best air purifier for your bedroom. And I think for the price, it's a good value. But I want to tell you a quick story about how powerful this Jaspr is. So I live in Austin, Texas, and in Austin, when the seasons change, there's this thing called cedar fever. Allergies go really crazy, and there's a whole bunch of different allergens that come with this season change. I've never had allergies in my entire life, and I've even lived in Austin for 3 years. And this year was the first year in my entire life I ever experienced allergies. Like crazy. My lungs were on fire and I was waking up sneezing, eyes watering, lots of pressure in my face, running nose, all this stuff. So I had never experienced this before, and I was running the 𝐂𝐕 in my bedroom full speed. Then I decided, hey, why don't I bring the Jaspr into the bedroom as well and see how it goes. First night, I slept so much better, and I woke up and all my symptoms were gone. That's a big difference. The 𝐂𝐕 was literally doing nothing to help against the allergies, and the Jaspr completely eliminated it on the first night. And it wasn't just me, but it was my girlfriend as well. She experienced the same thing, and when we woke up, it's like, man, I could literally almost like taste how clean the air was and how light it was. And there's a few other stories that really solidified my belief in the performance of the Jaspr. The second time was on New Year's Eve. We had a party at our house, and I had the Jaspr downstairs in the kitchen. And around 10:30, 11, when people started lighting off fireworks, the Jaspr started to kick on, and all the doors and windows were closed. And it was starting to kick on because of the particulate that was coming down from the air from the fireworks. And it was sensitive enough that it would pick that up, and it would actually turn up to full speed. And then the last story I'll share with you is that the other night my roommate had his business partner over, and they were out back smoking a cigar and just enjoying their time together. The Jaspr all the way upstairs in my room was able to pick up that cigar smoke, even though it's on the complete opposite side of the house. So they were in the back patio, and the fan was on full speed, and no one was going in and out, so it was all in the back. And the Jaspr was still able to pick that up, and it kicked up to full speed and was running through the night, so that by the time it was time to go to bed, the air was totally clean, and I didn't even know that it was able to pick that up because it was so far away. In terms of actual specs, the CADR is 600, and that stands for the clean air delivery rate. 600 is very high, and I compared it to one of the most popular air purifiers on the market, the Air Doctor, and I made a whole video about that I'll link up right here, and it performed just as well. But to be honest, the specs and the numbers are great, but what I really care about is real life practicality. I think there are lots of air purifier companies out there that can make their numbers look good by making sure they're running the experiment in a certain way. And to me, and I imagine to you, you just want it to work to protect you from wildfires, from mold, from allergies, from dust, from all the things that we want to use this thing for. We just want to make sure that it works, and we want to make sure that it's relatively quiet, and we don't want it to stick out like a sore thumb in a beautiful home that we have. So as far as the practical use of this thing, it really blew me away in terms of the actual performance that I could feel. Not just, oh, it seems to be working. No, I could literally say, wow, this is really working. I feel it. All right, let's talk about some of the features and specs. So it's got this nice heads-up display. You just click the button, it'll turn on. As it turns on, it starts to kick up the fan speed to get the sensor tuned into what the particulate matter is in the room. And then you have some buttons right here on the side. You have the smart feature, which it automatically goes to. So naturally, as the particulate load goes up, it'll kick on higher and higher. Right now, the air quality is excellent, but if it gets worse, it will say poor. Then you have the fan speed right here, which you can just click the button to turn up the fan speed. It has 4 different speeds. And then right here, you have the night mode where you can turn the lights on and off. And then you have, last but not least, which is the turbo mode. Turbo mode is like a deep clean. It's like a 20-30 minute thing, which will kick it up to its highest speed. So this is great for when you leave the home. You can just hit turbo mode, let it run for 20-30 minutes, do its deep clean, because normally, I don't know about you, but me, I don't really want to have it on full blast all the time. Even though I want my air as clean as possible, I think that when I leave the house, if I can just hit turbo, or before I go to bed, as I'm winding down, I can hit turbo. It will run for 20-30 minutes, boom, and then I have perfectly clean air in whatever room I'm in. So one of the only critiques that I have of the Jaspr is sometimes the screen is not as responsive as I'd like it to be. It's pretty good, it's just sometimes if it's not clean or you don't push it down hard enough, then sometimes you have to push it twice. So it's not the end of the world, but I think it's something they could definitely work on. All right, let's talk about build quality and support. So the Jaspr is made out of steel. So it's actually built to last a lifetime. And that's the reason why they give you a lifetime warranty. So it's a 30-day money-back guarantee, lifetime warranty. And then the filters look like this. They have a nice steel cage around them. And the reason why they have this steel cage around them is because inside you have the HEPA filter. And oftentimes these HEPA filters have no protection and can get damaged in transit. Really cool that they built this custom sort of protection layer so to make sure that everything works as best as it can. And in addition to that, it's a cylindrically shaped purifier. Even if you put it into a corner, it's still gonna get 360 airflow, which is one of the reasons that makes it so effective. One other cool aspect about Jaspr is that their customer service are actually air quality experts. So these are people who are credentialed, they have lots of experience in the space. And so yes, they can help answer your questions if anything for whatever reason goes wrong, but really they can also educate you on what you need to be thinking about in terms of your air quality. So one of the cool parts about this air filter is the ease of maintenance. So as you saw before, this is basically what it looks like. You open this up, you take the filter out, you get a new filter, you put it back in, boom, you tighten that up, then you take one of these wipes. Every time you replace the filter, just give it a nice wipe down on the outside. Kind of, I guess, drawbacks or things that I don't like is that stuff does build up a little bit on the side, but not much. Really, in reality, if you get on the filter subscription, then you don't even need to set a reminder. You'll just get a new filter, you can replace it, and then when you replace it, you can give it this wipe down, and then boom, that's all the maintenance that it needs. So it's simple. You just plug it back in, turn it on, and then it's good to go. I don't know about you, but I don't want any more things to maintain in my life. I don't want to think about it. So if I can just have a filter get delivered to my house, then every 6 months, I just go and change it, and then I give it a wipe down. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So it's about 30 decibels on average right now as the ambient noise. So let's test how loud this gets. So this is gonna be on the first setting. So it's about 10 decibels, goes up to 40 on the first setting. So about another 10 decibels on the next setting. Another 10 decibels on the next setting. And another 10 decibels on the next setting. So in total, the highest it went to was around 70 to 75 decibels. To give you perspective of what that actually sounds like in real life, on setting 1, it's virtually indistinguishable. You can't really hear it. On the second setting, it's barely noticeable and it won't really disrupt you. On the third setting, you'll have to raise your voice a little bit if you're close to it, and you'll definitely hear it. It'll be like a loud fan. And on the fourth and final setting, on the highest setting, it'll be pretty loud, like it's really cooking. If you're in a room, you're gonna hear it regardless of where you're at. So in the comparison video that I did comparing this to the Air Doctor and the Dyson, this came in at 10 decibels quieter than the Air Doctor at the highest setting. So one thing that I really like about the Jaspr is that there's no potential hazard. So on some air purifiers, you're gonna find an ozone feature. You don't want that necessarily because ozone can be toxic to the lungs. And in addition to that, a lot of air purifiers now have some type of Bluetooth or wireless setup. So the Jaspr unit doesn't have any Bluetooth, there's no wireless. The only electronic, so to speak, is what comes from the screen. So it's very low to basically zero EMF. So if you're concerned about that as well, then that's not something you have to worry about when it comes to the Jaspr. So finally, let's talk about the pros and cons to this unit. And I want to talk about who this is right for and who it's not right for. So in my opinion, this is an incredible air purifier. I love the way that it looks, but more importantly, I love that I actually felt a difference for the first time in my life using an air purifier. I was like, wow, big difference. Then the quality and the service. So the fact that it has a lifetime warranty and that these people know legitimately a lot about air quality. I love all of these things. Only thing that I don't love is the price. It is a bit more on the high end. So if you're on a budget, this probably isn't the unit for you. And I'll be doing more air purifier reviews on this channel. So subscribe if you're not already, so you can be on the lookout for those. But for everyone else who's looking for a high quality air purifier from a reputable company that is going to really help you get the results that you're trying to get, whether it's relief from allergies, mold, wildfires, or anything airborne, I think this is an incredible option, and I love that you can get a discount if you buy more. And the only really bad things I have to say about it is I wish the screen was a bit more responsive and the filters weren't so expensive. I'm kind of in this camp now, especially with my health, that you kind of pay for what you get. Obviously, this is a premium, and I'm down for the premium because I want that premium experience. I want that premium look, and I want the premium customer support. So if that's something that you value, I think this is a good option for you. And again, if you use that link down in the description, it does help me out and you get a discount, so win-win. And I know if you like this video, then you're definitely gonna like this playlist right here, which is a playlist going into all things healthy home. I'm on the quest to do all the research of what it takes to build a healthy home. And so I'm interviewing all the experts, I'm doing all the product reviews in that playlist. So if you're interested in having clean air in your home and having an air purifier, then I bet you're gonna like this playlist right here. So go ahead, click that playlist, go watch some of those videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, peace.